Welcome to saitechinfo channel, my dear students. In this tutorial, I'll be explaining about direct and indirect speeches. Direct speech is nothing but quoting actual words. For example, Rama said, I am very busy now. So you had to put the comma and you had to produce this actual words, that is actual sentence uttered by Rama within the inverted commas. Whereas in the case of indirect speech, that is also known as a reported speech. Here, there is no actual quoting of exact words. Example, Rama said that he was very busy then. Now you can identify the changes that has happened in these two sentences or two speeches. In the direct speech, we have used I, whereas in the case of indirect speech, that represents the he, that is represented as he, indicating Rama. Suppose Sita said means she. So I becomes a he. And similarly, am becomes was. Why? Because it is said here, direct speech. In the indirect speech, this am becomes the past tense because this one is past. So am becomes was. So he was very busy, now becomes then. So you need to identify all these things, and there are certain rules. For example, the conjunction that is present in the indirect speech, and pronoun I changed to he. Then the verb am is changed to was, and the adverb now that becomes then. Then remove inverted within inverted commas and commas. So you have to remove inverted commas and comma in the indirect speech. So that you can see here, no inverted comma, no comma. And then rules for changing the direct to indirect speech. Let us continue. A simple present tense is converted into past tense here, right? For example, in the direct speech, he said, I am well. Whereas in the indirect speech, he said that. So you have to introduce this conjunction, the joining word. And this he represents the reporter he. So he said, that is I has become he here. Am becomes was, and well as such. And similarly, the present continuous tense, which is the present continuous tense here, is dictating. So she said, my master. So she said that her master, because my, that represents she. So the relevant pronoun is here, her master. And is dictating. Because of this said, it becomes was dictating. So the present continuous becomes past continuous. Was dictating homework problems. A present perfect should be converted into past perfect. For example, it is said, they said, we have cleared the unit test. So in the indirect speech, they said that they had cleared the unit test. Similarly, we have the rules simple past to the past perfect. For instance, if I have already given completed, already over, but when it is reported in the indirect speech, it should be converted into had completed, that is past to past perfect. So we have to change this. And similarly, naturally occurring things which are indicated as present tense should not change. For instance, Kala, direct speech, Kala said within inverted commas, the sun rises in the east. Whether Kala says today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, The sun always rises in the east. So it is a natural sentence, natural verb. And indirect, so you should not change this into past tense. So you have to put the sun rises in the east only. If the reporting verb is in the present tense, then there is no change of verb. For instance, it is said, it says, he says, she says, I am not well. So there is no need to change the verb because it is already present. So you can put he, but the pronoun should be changed accordingly the present tense. So since it is he, that is I represents he, you can put he. Am means is, so he is not well. And then the pronouns should be changed with reference to the direct speech. For instance, Lata said to Ramu, I do not believe you. Indirect, Lata told Ramu, or Lata said to Ramu that she, because this I represents Lata, and did not believe. So, do not believe becomes did not believe. And Ramu, that is him. Okay, that is this you represents Ramu, and that's why it becomes him. So, Lata told Ramu that she did not believe him. So, similarly, we have to change now, then. Here becomes there. Ago means before. Today, that day. Tomorrow, the next day. Yesterday, the day before. Thus becomes so. Last night, the night before. This becomes that. This becomes these becomes those. Right? Then, so you have to follow all these rules. Okay? So, based on this, let us practice. Listen carefully and write the following sentences. Change them from direct to indirect. You can send your answers in the comment column. Now get ready, let me dictate. He said to me, I have often told you not to play with fire. So you have to introduce the appropriate punctuations also for direct speech with proper comma and inverted comma, then full stop. So you have to take care of all these things. Now let me proceed to the second question. Question number 2. You have all done very badly, remarked the teacher. Question number 3. They wrote, it's time we thought about settling this matter. Question number 4. The teacher promised, if you will come before school tomorrow, I will explain it. Question number 5. She wrote, I am waiting and watching and longing for my son's return. Question number 6. The examiner's orders were, no one is to bring books into the room, nor ask me questions about what I have told you to do. Question number 7. The dwarf said to her, promise me that when you are queen, you will give me your firstborn child. Question number 8. That's my horse, said he, and if I do not prove it in a few minutes, I will give up my claim. 9. I will avenge your wrongs, he cried. I will not enter Athens until I have punished the king who had so cruelly treated you. Question number 10. He wrote and said, I am unable to come just now because I am ill, but I will certainly start as soon as I am well enough to do so. I hope you would have passed wherever you require. Kindly attempt all these 10 questions and send your indirect speeches. Thank you very much for watching this video.